Hey, what's up, everybody? 1 second here, and I'm going to get started. Obviously, I'm going live here for those that's watching the replay. So just give me a second here, make sure everything is live, or I'm going live in a few different groups here at the same time as well. So I just want to make sure everything is set. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay. All right, perfect. I'll put this right here. What's up? Happy Friday. It's Friday, May. Man, it's May 24th. We're about to go into June. Um, this year, 2024 is just like flying by. There's just like it just seemed like it was just yesterday coming out of the holiday season. And here we are in June already. Pretty much. Might as well say it's June. But I'm excited. Lots going on. I want to talk about a few things in this video. I've got a strategy that if you're marketing online, if you're attempting to market online, have success, do big things with lead sales, recognition, awards, money, all that stuff. One thing that you really need to do first, you really need to focus on organic traffic first. This is really, in my opinion, it's actually more important than paid. It's more important than, faceless. It's more important than a lot of the other different tactics, if you will. All those work. Not saying that they don't work. They're great, but I think it's more effective if you can really master the art of just posting content, of just making video content specifically. Video content will definitely get you there faster. And I know some of you have been marketing for a while, and maybe you've got your own business, maybe whatever it is that you may do, on the side. A lot of you have tried to get to that next level, and we're trying to do certain things that we see these different trends marketing online, and we're like, hey, I got to do that. Hey, I got to do faceless. Hey, I got to do this. Hey, I got to do paid. Hey, I got to do solo ads. Hey, I got to do all these things are great, but I think you really don't understand what makes people want to buy from you until you really do it organically. That's really going to give you the foundation. That's how I started. I didn't start doing all this fancy stuff. You know what I did in the beginning that really helped me to really start having success in the beginning when I didn't know nothing from nothing? You know what it was? Picking up my phone and hitting record. And you know what? I did not like the videos in the beginning. I did not like how I looked. I did not like I just didn't like it. But it didn't matter because I did it again and I got better. And then I did it again and then again and then again. So I'm just going to cover a few points here. I got a few points here that can really help you to win in whatever it is that you're doing. I know, again, we're going into June. We're getting ready to go into the summer months of 2024. And usually in the industry of making money from home and all that stuff, this is usually when things are a little slower because people are on vacations and all that stuff. So this is a really great time to, one, elevate your skills. Okay, this is a great time for that. You can still make money as well because we're going to be making a lot of money. A lot of people who we're working with are going to be making a lot of money with a lot of different things that we're working on. But this is a great time to really home in your skills, getting ready to take advantage of the fall and the holiday months, okay, and getting ready for 2025. Because this year we're going to look up, it's going to be Christmas. It's going to be the end of the year. I mean, think about it. I mean, we're already pretty much already in June right now. So this is a great time. So I got a few things to cover now. Like I said, organic is probably the best way to start. It's going to give you the best results. And I'm going to touch on some of this here in just a few. But you definitely want to focus on creating content yourself. Now, you can tinker with a lot of different things. I'm a part of a community called Internet Income System as well, and headed up by Chris Record and a lot of other expert marketers. And we teach faceless, we teach paid advertising, we teach all these different ways on how you can make money. But I would say in the beginning, what's going to be the most effective for you You're just going to be creating content yourself. I know some of you don't want to hear that, but it's just a fact. If you want faster results, start creating content and you'll get better. I didn't like the first pieces of content that I made years ago. I didn't like it. But I said, okay, let me just do it again. Let me just keep doing it. And then eventually I just got into my own zone. And now I'm just pretty comfortable. I don't even think about making a video or being live or turning on. I didn't, but back then I did. I did back then. I was like, man, what are they gonna think? Is my hat straight? Do I got the right shirt on? How do I look? We all think the same thing. We're all human. We all think the same thing, but we just gotta punch fear in the face so we can move forward. So I just wanted to touch on that piece. Now I will say this. Now, creating content yourself, it can definitely be challenging. But the great thing, guys, we're in 2024. There's so many ways on how you can create content on your own. We got ChatGPT. We got all these different things that can give you ideas and creating images and all this stuff. I'm going to be doing a lot more even training and everything as well to show you guys some of that. Some of you already know. I'm not going to preach to the choir right now, but there's so many tools and resources. If I go back 15 years, well, not even that long. I just go back to when I kind of got started marketing online. We had to do everything. We had to come up with the ideas. We had to come up with the copy. We had to come up with the images. We had to come up with everything. We had to figure out everything. If we wanted to do something, we had to figure it out. Nowadays, there's so many tools and resources. All you got to do is just use the tools and resources. Some of my favorite tools. I was writing this down a little bit earlier. One of my favorite tools in terms of just going online, this kind of side note here, is a tool called Ecamm. I use this all the time. I'll put some links right below at the end of this video so you can get plugged in. They've got some free trials, so I'll send you a special link. I use it. It's, you have Ecamm, StreamYard, Riverside, Restream, all these different type of platforms that allow you to go live to where you can do some pretty interesting things, whether it be changing your camera and all that stuff. Hey, what's up, everybody? So you can do all these different things with a lot of these different platforms or whatever. And that's one of my favorite ones. But you can keep it simple just by talking it into a camera. If you're like, well, Steve, I don't have this. As a matter of fact, Ecamm is for Mac. It's a Mac program only for people with Macs, with Apple Mac computers like MacBook Pros and all that stuff. Another great one that I use as well is called StreamYard. That works with any platform. If you're on a Windows computer, if you're on a Mac, StreamYard is great. Does a lot of the same type of features as Ecamm here does. But it's all online, so you don't have to download any software. It's all in the cloud, if you will, in terms of setting things up. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. I'll do some demonstrations and everything, but I really, and I say all that to say there's so many different tools, but probably the most effective tool that you have in your arsenal right now is this thing right here. This right here. This thing right here could literally make you millions of dollars. And I'm not just saying that just to be whatever. I'm serious. This right here can make you millions of dollars. You just got to use it. We typically consume content. We consume it all day long. But what we got to start doing is we got to start creating content. Now, some people see other people creating content and they think, well, hey, I can't do that or whatever. Well, I'm sure they thought the same thing in the beginning. Like, I can't do that. But really, when it comes to all these different tools, it's just about playing around with it. You just got to use it, get it downloaded, whatever, and just start playing around with it. That's all I've ever done is, oh, that's pretty cool. Let me see how that works. And then I'll just play around with it for several hours just to see how it works. Some things I like, some things I don't, but I would say I'm not afraid of just trying things out and just seeing how it goes or whatever. And, and really honestly, because everything looks overwhelming in the beginning. I've never joined, well, some have been pretty intuitive. So I can't say that. Some programs or platforms are pretty intuitive. Like you log in, like, oh, it's pretty simple. Oh, wow, this is pretty cool. Some of them are like that. Some of them are a little bit more detailed, a lot more features, options, buttons, pages, all kinds of different things. And so you got to kind of go through the weeds of it to really kind of understand it. But I'll take time to do that. So don't be afraid to just take some time to see how things work and experiment. You can definitely do it. I'm just saying, with all the tools out here, guys, there's literally no excuse of not creating content. There really isn't any excuse. That will get you there faster. Wherever it is that you're trying to go, whatever it is that you're trying to do, that will get you there faster. Some of you are already doing this and you're already developing. Some of you have already done this, because I get the message, Steve, you were right, bro. When I started making videos, man, I didn't like them in the beginning, but I just kept doing it. But dude, now I got, 1,000+ subscribers on my YouTube channel, or I'm getting all kinds of engagement on my Facebook, on my TikTok. Man, this stuff works. I'm like, hey, I tried to tell you. I've been telling you for years. Just do that. Don't worry about it being perfect. Just do it. You'll get better over time. Everybody starts somewhere. Look at any top person who you follow online that that's pretty successful. If you have the opportunity to go to their Facebook or their Instagram or their TikTok or whatever and look at some of the very first videos when they first started marketing or whatever, it's definitely going to be a contrast in the type of content from the beginning than what it is today. We all start somewhere. We all start at zero. We all start there. Just, you just gotta do it. If you don't do it, you're not going to win. Just saying, you just got to do it. It's summertime. It's going to be Christmas in a minute. And then we're going to be like, man, I didn't really do 2024 the way that I wanted to, but 2025, it's, sky's the limit in 2025. But then you think like, man, I've been saying that every year for the past 5-10 years. Every year, I say that. And then into that year, I'm looking forward to 2026. Into that year, I'm looking forward to 2027. So if you look back at all those years, ask yourself, what have you really done differently? And if you've done some things differently, were you consistent with it? So create content yourself. Okay. Attention is really the key. I'm just looking at my notes here. Attention is really the key here in terms of marketing and building brand. It's like, I know Gary Vaynerchuk talks about day trading attention. Some people day trade Forex and crypto and stocks and stuff like that. Here, it's like day trading attention. Well, how do you trade attention? You trade attention by creating content. Some content's going to work. Some content's not. Some videos are going to hit hard. Some videos aren't. Some posts are going to go viral. Some aren't. And if you've been posting, been sharing, because I see a lot of people that I work with that make content and, hey, it's not working. Then I go to their page. I see them making content, but there's no content of them. It's like all other people's content. And that's great because we teach that inside of Internet Income System, how to use OPC, other people's content. There's a way to do that. But even with that, if you're using other people's content, it's going to take longer for you to hit the goals that you want to hit. Let me repeat that. You can use other people's content. Oh man, that was a great video. Let me post that. Oh, let me share. Oh, let me download that YouTube video, put it on my YouTube account, and see what happens or whatever. Anything can happen, but for the most part, historically, it can help you. But in terms of converting that into a lead and a sale, it's going to take longer to build that brand. Because remember, a faceless brand is a faceless brand. We know Nike. I know Jordan. I know Air Jordans. If a new shoe comes out from Puma or from Adidas or Nike or whatever, I know that brand. I can trust that brand. I don't need to research that brand. Something comes, if I see a cool shoe or hat or whatever, hey, I'm just going to buy it. I don't have to research it because I know the brand. I trust the brand. And it took them a long time to get to that point. And that's why a lot of companies will use like a Michael Jordan. They'll use like a LeBron James. They'll use like, a Tiger Woods or whoever to put in front of their brand because they can get more sales quickly because people can immediately identify with that individual. That's Michael Jordan. Oh, I'm buying that because he's buying it because his name is on it. Make sense? So the same applies to us. So if we have a faceless brand, it can work. It's just going to take a long time. It's going to take you a year. Because some people are in certain situations, certain circumstances, and, it's probably going to take you a good year. And there's some anomaly. There's some one-offs here and there. But for somebody that's brand new, coming into marketing and coming into this world of online marketing and leads and sales and conversions and, click-through rates and all this stuff, it's going to take you a good year or longer to get to that point. And that's if you're just being consistent with posting and sharing and using other people's content over and over and over again, building that brand, whatever that niche is that you're building. Make sense? It's going to take a little time. But for some, you're like, hey, Steve, that sounds great. I'm going to do it. But you don't understand. I need to start making money now, like yesterday. Like, I don't have great. I can do some of those activities and build a brand and, eventually whatever, if I want to do a faceless channel or something or whatever. But I need to start making moves now. I ain't trying to get rich today or anything like that. I just want to start getting some results. If I can start making an extra couple $100 a week, couple $100 a month, hey, that's a huge win for me. If that's you, and you're thinking like, hey, if I just make an extra couple $100 or a couple $1,000 a month, that's realistic for a new person. That's a realistic goal. I see it all the time for people that are doing the right activity. Come in brand new, don't know nothing from nothing. Come in, follow the blueprint, stay consistent. Now they're making, $1,000, a couple $1,000, sometimes even more per month residual based off of whatever it is that they're doing. That's realistic. So if that's you, the best way to do that, and in all those circumstances that those examples, those people got in front of the camera. They hit record, boop. And then they did it again, boop. They just kept doing it. They hated it. I've had conversations with some of them. Steve, I hate that video, bro. Nobody's going to like that video. Probably not. Matter of fact, they're probably going to hate that video. Nobody's probably even going to watch it. But it's not even about that. It's about you. We'll do it again. Because if you do it again, you're going to learn something from that last video you just made. You know what? When I made that last video, I was kind of slouching a little bit. But in my next video, I'm gonna be up a little bit more. I don't know why I didn't even notice I was slouching like that. But in my next video, I'm gonna make sure that my posture is a little bit better. But you would have never known that you were slouching or you had that posture if you had never made the first video. So you make your second video, right? In your second video, your posture is a little better in your video, right? Whether you're doing it on your phone or whatever, but you're feeling better, right? So you're still a little, nervous. You're still not in your zone yet, but you make another video, then you make another video, then another video, then another video. Then you're following the blueprint, especially the blueprint that we teach inside of Internet Income System. You're following that blueprint, right? And you look back and you're like, you know what? After your 10th video, 20th video, you're like, you're definitely going to, after your 20th video, there's still development that can be, and some are different. Some it may only take 3. Some may only take 5. Some it may take 30. But I would say historically, after doing this for so many years, I've been doing this over a decade. After about 20 videos, from what I've kind of learned over the years, you're starting to get into your zone, if you will. You're starting to get a little bit more comfortable because you've recorded 20 videos. So you've learned some things and you've created some habits that can allow you to just hit record and you're not even thinking about it anymore. Now you're a lot more comfortable. And that's really what you have to do. That's where it starts from. Because remember, it's all about attention. And what grabs people's attention more than anything else is a video of you. So if you got something to sell or market or share, an idea or whatever, more people will, that in your audience, in your circle of connections on social media, they'll pay more attention to you in a video than you posting somebody else's video. Just facts. Just saying. So I know years ago when I was brand new, I was like, okay, because we were in a certain situation, family dynamic, where I needed to make more money. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to start making content, because from what I'm seeing from all these gurus and these marketing geniuses out here, it seems like, I could be wrong. This is me thinking back in the day. I'm like, I could be wrong, but it seems like if you really want to crush it marketing online, you really need to start making videos. Like if you want faster results. So I needed fast results. in whatever, I get into that later, but I needed faster results. I didn't say get rich. I didn't get rich, but I got some results to help take care of some little things that we needed to take care of around the house. I was able to do that all because I started making videos. I just punched fear in the face, said, okay, well, I'm gonna just do it. I don't want to do it. I'm just gonna do it. I hate that I gotta do it, but if I'm gonna do this marketing thing, let me just start making some videos, see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Nobody buys, nobody really whatever. And nothing happened, nothing happened day 1, day 2, or day 5. But I made my content and I started promoting my content. Makes sense? That's what I did. And it made all the difference in the world. And I look back now and I'm like, man, I'm so glad that I started doing that, because it worked. Okay. Let me look here. Be optimistic. You got to have an optimistic mindset when you're marketing, when you're building a business. You got to be optimistic. The pushback I get all the time is, well, I don't look good on camera. That's just your opinion. It's just an opinion. It's an opinion to justify that makes you feel good because you don't want to make videos. It's just an excuse. That's convenient because well, hey, I'm not Steve, I'm not good at making videos. And you're like, man, it feels so good to say that. I'm not good. Hey, Steve, I'm not techie. Man, it makes you feel warm inside when you just say, I'm not for sure if I can do that. I'm unsure if I can understand that. But you know what? I know why I'm unsure. I'm not techie. I'm not a techie type of person. It feels so good it feels so good to say that. That's all that is. It's not true. It's not true. You have to make a decision. Are you going to stay in the same position that you're in now? Whatever that may be. I'm just talking to those that are wanting more. Who's ever watching? If you want more, you're going to have to change. You're going to have to change. You can't do it being the same person you are. I'm not that same Stephen Rachel when I first made that first video. I'm not that dude. I'm not that dude anymore. I'm a totally different bro. I'm a totally different guy. Totally different. When I look back, I would congratulate him if I went back in time, say, hey, thanks for making the decision. But what you're doing right now, you have no idea what's coming. All because of your decision of, hey, let me just go ahead and do it anyway. I don't want to do this, but it seemed like the only people that's really making big money out here is people that's making videos. So I got a camera too. So it ain't like they're the only ones that got a camera. Let me just go ahead and make videos and see what happens. That was literally my whole thought process. I don't know how to do. I see some people making these videos that are all fancy, and so I'm like, I don't know how to do all that. but I got a camera. I can hit record and I can upload. I know that much. I can figure out that much. And if I want to make fancy videos and this, that, and other thing, you know, maybe I'll do that in the future. But right now, I'm just going to hit record, say what I need to say, and upload it. And guess what? It worked. It worked. Made all the difference in the world. Okay? So just be optimistic. You got to have that optimistic mindset. Stop being negative on what you think you can or can't do. Just do it anyway and just be consistent and see what happens. Take responsibility of your success. I don't blame anybody or whether it's good or bad. If we're not, and we've had times in our career where things have went down. I don't blame anybody. I don't blame no company. I don't care if we're part of some network marketing business or I'm working with some other people, whatever. I don't blame nobody. For those that know me, have been working with me, I don't blame nobody. I blame myself for our success and failure. That's just me. I take responsibility of everything. Everything. If I'm not getting leads, it's not the company's fault. It's not because my lead capture page ain't set up right or whatever. It's my fault. Because there's people that are getting leads and sales and making money without using some of these tools that I'm using. So if they're doing, hey, it's me. I need to change up. I need to change up what I'm doing so I can make headway and start getting the results that I want. And a lot of that is just really just taking responsibility. Stop. I don't point fingers. I see that a lot in this industry. Everybody always pointing fingers at people. Something happened. Oh, well, it's because of this. Something else happened. Oh, it's because of that. Hey, and sometimes maybe it was somebody else's fault. But again, hey, nobody, made me do that opportunity. Nobody forced me to do it. In business, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. Some people you're going to work with, not going to be good for you. Some people you're going to work with are going to be amazing. It is what it is. So you just got to have what they call executive maturity. You're going to have to take the good with the bad, but take responsibility of everything that you can do, because that's the only thing that you can control. So I don't really get upset with a lot of stuff that I can't control. It's just a waste of time. I'm too busy. I'm just too busy. I'm too busy. I got too much going on. I don't have time to be, worrying about things that I can't control in business. I can't control that. Only thing I can control is things that we create, build, that I could just control us. Make sense? Me and my wife, what we do. And you're the same. So just take responsibility. Let me see here. I think we let me see. R-Dub. Yeah. It's again, if you're going to the link that's in the YouTube piece, that's all temporary because there's getting ready to be some updates or whatever. Those updates are not public yet. So I'm not going to talk about what those updates are because it's not public information yet because it's not live. So if you're wanting to get on my list for some big updates of things that's getting ready to happen, just go to the link. If you're watching this on YouTube, I don't have it on Facebook, but if you're watching on YouTube, just go to the link right below, opt in, get on my list. I'm going to be sharing some new updates for a system that we're a part of where I learn a lot of cool tricks and I get access to a lot of great tools and resources and everything as well. But when you go there, you're going to see the old version information. Don't worry about it. I was going to make another page or whatever. Actually, I do, but it's the new version's not live yet. So I just kept everything the same. So I'm just letting everybody know, just opt in. That's all. Matter of fact, you can't even buy anything on that page. So if you click on try to buy, you can't even buy because I disabled all the links. You don't have to look at all the information because all that information on that page, let me repeat, all that information on that page, on that link when you opt in is wrong. Prices, information, packs, all that stuff is wrong because something special's coming. So the whole purpose of why this is to our club, our dub, um, is just for people to opt in. So if you're not currently on my list and you want to be in the know for this big thing that we got coming, just opt in. I mean, if you want to look at the page after you opt in, you can look at it, but just note all that information is wrong. Okay. I said it in another video I did yesterday as well. And I'm not going to make anything, I'm just saving all my creative energy for some other things that we're working on behind the scenes, and once everything goes live, all that information will be updated. Matter of fact, I already got the page already created, but the system isn't live. The new version of this system, you heard me mention the internet income system. There's a new version that's been in development for the past several months, and it's getting ready to go live here within the next week. Pretty exciting stuff. That's another video. I'll touch on that. But again, if you're not on my list, get on my list because I'm going to be letting everybody know that's on my list first. And we may even have some special bonuses, in addition to that as well. So stay tuned for that. All right. So moving on really quick here, guys. And if you have any questions, this is a good break here. What's some of the biggest challenges you're having right now? Before I continue, I'm just curious. In marketing, in building your business, whatever that may be. Maybe you haven't built a business. Maybe you're just having some challenges, just trying to figure out just how to get started with something, whatever that may be. Type in your comment. I love to hear what your challenges are, and I'll take some time and we'll kind of address that here in a moment. I'm just kind of looking at a few things here online, just checking out the comment section. So I'll give you guys a little time, and while you're trying to formalize your question or whatever, let me just move on. Take action and be consistent. Kind of talked a little bit about that. Just do it anyway, and just be consistent. I haven't really been as consistent on social media lately. I've had spurts where that's been what I do over the years. Mainly because we've been working on a lot of other things behind the scenes. But in June, coming this next month, and I'm making content now. I mean, this is content, and I made content yesterday, so on and so forth. But I'm talking about just a lot of content on various platforms all at the same time. Big things are coming. Take action, just be consistent, and be willing to evolve. We just got to be willing to evolve. I think sometimes we just get caught in our habits, doing things a certain way. You're gonna have to do some different things. You need to have an open mind for change, an open mind of how you think of yourself. Okay. None of us here are perfect. All of us got hangups about how we look, about how we sound, about whatever, about our environment, about our equipment, or whatever. In 2024, none of that matters. Content is king. You just got to create content. And there's different layers to that onion too. I'm not going to get into all of it. I'm just kind of just touching on the tip of it all. You just gotta make a decision for those that are wanting quicker results. I didn't say get rich or anything like that. I'm just like, hey, Steve, if I can figure out how I can just at least make a sale a day or a sale a week, or just break the ice of getting my first sale on my way to multiple sales consistently. A lot of that's going to start with your own content. That's the key. Just making your own content. I know we want to use other people's, how we take other people's content, we post it, You may say something at the top. Hey, this is my buddy, blah, 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 blah. Hey, have you ever thought about this? And you got the video of the person. That's all great. I mean, you can do those. But what if you did a video and it was you talking about that? Whatever that was. What if it was you that was talking about that in that video? Imagine that. Imagine how effective that could be. Now, I didn't say you got to talk like that person. No, be you. But you can take the concepts of that and just write down, because you see me, I'm in a video and I got notes here. I'm looking at my notes. Okay, I talked about taking responsibility. I talked about taking action and be consistent. I already have a layout of what I want to talk about, because I know that's a big deal with people that are new to making videos. I don't know what to say. What am I going to say? I'm like, how can I remember all the points? Don't worry about it. Take it, notepad. Write them on your phone. And just look at hey, okay, guys, I got 5 points I want to share with you in this video on how to really get your first leads in your business. Number one, you got to whatever. Number two, you can look. It doesn't matter. People love authenticity. Just be authentic. You ain't got to be fancy with it. Remember, you're new. You don't have a lot of the maybe some of you may have a teleprompter or something or whatever, but you ain't got to do all that. It's not that I'm just keeping it 100, guys. It's really not that serious. Depending on what type of content you're trying to make or whatever, I get it. I don't even have a teleprompter. I've used them before because they got these little teleprompter apps or whatever, but I haven't. I'll probably used that app maybe in the last 5 years, maybe twice. Because sometimes it's just easy just to talk off the dome. But if you need that, great. There's solutions, very, inexpensive solutions for Apple and even Android as well, if you need that. But typically, if I got points I want to share, whether I'm doing a presentation, of course, they're the points in the presentation, so I don't need the notes because I'm presenting from a presentation. But if I'm like doing a talking head video like this, and I'm like, hey, I want to make sure I got a couple different points that I want to make sure that I don't miss, just write them down. And then when you can look and make sure you don't miss anything. Okay. So be sure that you evolve, be open to changing certain actions and activities. I ain't saying really per se, I guess you are kind of changing yourself. I think it's more or less changing the hangups. You're refusing to be hung up with how you look, how you sound, or may sound, or how you may look, or whatever. Well, I don't have all that equipment and lights. Just use your phone. Start there. Everybody got a phone. You don't have a Android or an iPhone or whatever. You may need to get that. You're going to need that. You're going to need this. If you're in business in 2024 and you don't have this, you got like a flip phone, or you don't have a phone at all, you might have some challenges. You may have some challenges. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for you. Okay. It's going to be a little tough, but you can do it. It's not luck. Matter of fact, I'm looking at this because I bought a hat several months back. See this here? All hustle, no luck. All hustle, no luck. I haven't been lucky in a long time. Haven't been lucky. I haven't been lucky. I just manifested certain things to happen, right? And even when things kind of went south at times in our career, we just, through our actions, is how we got out of it. Just keeping it 100, guys. I mean, it's all about that. Okay. Let me see here. Let me stop here. I got a video share. Says getting traffic. Here, let me check Facebook, see if we got any comments on Facebook. Okay, I don't see any comments on Facebook. This is on YouTube. So one of the problems that Video Share has, that's the name of the channel, is just getting traffic. I don't know the context in terms of getting traffic on YouTube, getting traffic on Facebook. I'll just assume getting traffic on YouTube. Um, One of the best ways to get traffic on YouTube, this is a simple one, is just making consistent content. Okay. Two, having a specific niche channel. Like, so I guess the name of your channel here says video share. So I'm assuming it's about video, video, creating videos or whatever. But to get more traffic, even on a brand new channel, one, having a niche based channel, and then two, promoting your content. This is actually a good question. I'm glad you brought this up. When I made my very first video in business, before I uploaded a couple other, I think before all that, I had a YouTube account, but I wasn't using it for business per se. It was just, I had just to watch videos. And then I uploaded a couple videos, like I would see something funny or online or whatever, and I would download the video and upload it or whatever. That was pretty much the gist of my YouTube channel. I may have uploaded maybe a couple videos prior to me making my very first video. So I wasn't like a content creator. But when I made my very first video, because I was learning from some other mentors at that time, and they said something that resonated with me, was when you make content, promote it, especially if you're brand new. So if you open up a brand new channel, promote your content. So if you just made a video, let all your family and friends know. Post it on YouTube, or post it on Facebook, post it on multiple platforms. If text everybody, hey guys, just started a new channel. Check out my first video. Just send it to people, just to get people looking at it. So when you're getting people looking at it and you're getting a little bit of engagement from some family, friends, connections that you have currently on social media, that will let the algorithm know, okay, there's some engagement here. Okay. And let them know, hey, subscribe, like, and subscribe to my channel. So you want to be a promoter of your channel, promoter of your video. That's what I initially did. When I made my very first video on YouTube, one of the things I initially did, I posted that link on YouTube. Now, on Facebook. Now, of course, things are a little bit different on Facebook and YouTube now compared to them. I wouldn't put that in the post, but you could definitely maybe do it in the comment section. And there's some other protocol, but you can share if you're a part of some different groups. You can let people know, hey, check out my my latest video. You just getting it out there and just being consistent. You make your next video, do the same thing. That will start creating some buzz about your content. You got to be a promoter of it. That's what I did. And when I made my second video, I did the same thing. Even matter of fact, I literally remember going, I made a video before I went to work, uploaded it, and then there were several Facebook groups that I was a part of. So I just posted the video in all those Facebook groups right before I went to work. Took 5 or 6 minutes for me to do that, to post those 5 or 6 groups. Because, I knew when I went to work, I'm not going to have time to do anything. So while I'm at work, let me just put it out there. And again, that was my attitude. What's the worst that can happen? Somebody can buy something. That's the worst. If nothing, just crickets. It didn't really cost me anything but 5 or 6 minutes of my day. And then when I would come home from work, I would post even more. So I did that for a long time. That was just part of my routine. So anytime I made a video, I would make sure I would promote it. And then eventually, because I was making content and I was making value-based content, not just join my business, I was showing people how the back off. I was a part of an opportunity. So I was not just talking about, hey, join my business, you can make all this money. I was showing, hey, this is how the back office looks when you get started. I made another video. This is how the compensation plan works. I made another video. This is what you're going to get when you get started with the business. Made another video. This is the main reason why I joined this business, versus all these other different opportunities out here. This is the main reason why I joined. And I would talk about that. It was just a talking head video. So I was just trying to find any excuse that I could just talk about something related to that topic at that time that could be of value to someone else. Like, what would I want to see? I would want to see someone talking about how the compensation plan worked in that video. So I made a video about it. When I learned how the compensation plan worked, I made a video about it. And this can go with any topic, any niche, any idea. What would you want to know about whatever it is that you're wanting to share with the world? What would you want to know? Then make a video about it. What would make you go, wow, I didn't know that. I mean, that's good stuff. Make a video about that. What made you get excited about your niche that you're in, your business that you're in, your product that you're using? What got you excited? What like, whoa, this is amazing. This is an amazing product. Make a video about it. If you're an iPhone user and you love iPhone, maybe that's your channel. It's a tech channel. You do tech reviews and that's what you want to do. And there's an unlimited amount of features and different things that you could talk about. I'm sure if that's your thing, you could talk about, hey, here's the reasons, top 10 hidden hacks on how to make a video just using your iPhone. And you know what's funny? You can always just go to YouTube and type in certain things and see what others are doing, and it'll give you topics and ideas on what you can do yourself. I do that all the time. You can look at other people's ideas and then just make it your own. Hell, that's a good, I mean, how many, oh my God, how countless amounts of times where I've seen somebody else's video, like, man, that was a good idea. That was a good topic. And then I just made my own version of it. Just made my own version of it. I didn't like copy or say word for word what they were talking about. No, I just made my own version of it. It was a good idea. It was a good idea. So I just said, hey, you know what? I'm gonna make my own version of that idea. Everybody does it on YouTube. Everybody does it in social media anyway. So you can do it as well. So there's so many ways, guys, on how you can do a lot of this. It's just a matter of just making a decision of using your resources. And one thing for me, I am definitely I graduated valedictorian from YouTube University. I was number one in my class, by the way. And again, I learned so much just by watching YouTube videos. I get so many ideas just by getting on YouTube or just social media in general. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. You know, that's what you can do. You can do it as well. So really quick, hopefully video share, hopefully that kind of answered your question in terms of just generating traffic. You'll start generating traffic just by creating content. And I always, some people say, well, Steve, you can say that because, you know, you've done this, you've done that. And there are people that I'm following, that I'm learning from. You know, my buddy Chris Record, he's made $50-60 million plus marketing online in the last decade. I haven't done that. There's levels to, you know, the saying, there's levels to this. Okay. And so I'm still learning as well. I'm tweaking some things as well. But in the beginning, I didn't know a lot. I didn't have a network of people. I didn't have influence of any kind online. All I had was ambition and the drive to, you know, win, and the understanding. This is key. I had the understanding that to get there quicker, I had to make content myself. I didn't want to do it, but I understood that if I wanted to get to the finish line quicker in terms of just having results, I had to start making content. And that's what we did. And it worked. Okay. It worked. And not only has it worked for me, it's worked for countless other people as well. Even people that I've actually mentored. Once they made the decision, say, you know what? It's all on me. It's all on me. I got to do this. I gotta put myself out there so I can attract people. One thing about humans, once you understand the dynamic of the human being, they love to connect with people. Okay. And I understood that because I had some mentors kind of educate him, and it made sense. But I put it to the test. I was like, well, let me see, man, they keep talking about this. I'm going to see. I don't know. This is my thinking back then. I don't know, but I'm coachable. It makes sense, but I don't know. When they see my video, they might be like, who is this dude with the glasses? Who is this dude? Who are you? And why are you talking like that? This is my mind. This is my mind thinking back then, a decade ago, over 11, 12 years ago. Okay. That's what that person was thinking. Like, man, nobody's going to listen to you, Steve. Nobody's going to care what you have to say. Nobody knows who you are. But I punched fear in the face, and I just did it anyway. And I did it, didn't like it, did it again, still didn't like it, but I liked it better than the first video. Did it again. I kind of felt, okay, this isn't that bad, actually. After my third video, I was like, this isn't really that bad, actually. It's not really a bad process. And then I made another one, and then another one. And I started getting all these results based off of those videos. Just while I'm in the bed, sleep. I would wake up every morning, sales, leads, every single day. It wasn't overnight. It didn't happen like I made a video and then all these. Nope. It took about a good month before I started getting like just random sales just coming out of nowhere. That took about it for me during that time. It took about a good month. Keep in mind, I was still working. Well, like I was doing this stuff every day. I didn't have like a library of videos. I think I had like maybe 2 or 3 videos at the time. But it took about a good month before I got my very first sale without me talking to anybody. That just happened. Like, woke up, man, somebody signed up. And I didn't know the person. I didn't know who they were. So I knew it had to come from YouTube. It had to come from one of my videos. Had to, because I don't even know who this person is. But it's because of the videos. It built what we call in the industry know, like, and trust. People got a chance to know me. They saw several of my other videos. They seemed like they liked me because the feedback I was getting that I was authentic. I wasn't trying to be like a sales guy per se or whatever. I was just really just sharing what I was experiencing. I wasn't even really creating. I was more documenting, if that makes sense. I was just kind of just documenting. Even when I was talking about the comp plan, I'm like, hey guys, this is how the comp plan works. At first I didn't quite understand it, but when I first looked at it and went through the PDF, and this is how it works now. You come in, you see what I'm saying? I was just talking like that. That's how I was just talking. And people were like, hey, man, I liked how you didn't feel like you were trying to sell me. You were just sharing your experience with working with that opportunity. That's really all I was doing. But that's all I knew how to do. I didn't know how to do anything else. I didn't know how to be perfect in a video. All I knew is how to be Steve Rachel. That's all I knew. And so I just leaned into that. I just say, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to be me. Screw it. I can't be like some of these people I'm seeing that's like really sharp and look really nice and they got nice clothes on and, you know, they got a beautiful home and, you know, all this stuff. I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to do that. And that's what I did. And it paid off. It paid big dividends. So you can do it as well. Then we got another, let me see. Let me pull it up here. Thanks for doing this new channel. How often to upload to get going? People go direct. Does that not mess up the search algorithm? If people go direct. No, it doesn't. No, because remember, you want engagement. You got to kick things off. You need to promote. A lot of times, even when I make a video, now I have an email list now. In the beginning, I didn't. I built my email list because of YouTube, literally. I mean, I'm just going to keep it 100 with you guys. I built an email list because of YouTube. In the beginning, I had 0. I'm like, email. Back then, I've been talking about this first video, that first month or whatever, when I first started years ago. If you would have said email list, I would have been like, what's that? What's an email list? I got an email, but what are you talking about, email list? I didn't have an email list. Okay. So now a lot of times I'll make a video, I'll send it, especially if it's something of importance that I want my community to know about. I'll also send an email blast to all those people. It helps to create engagement as well. You know, organic is always great, but the more, because a lot of times people will comment and they will engage in your video, they'll look at more of your other videos. So remember, your videos a lot of times is really just a gateway into more of your content. So they might see your video, be like, oh yeah, that was pretty cool. And they're like, oh, he's got other videos. Oh my God, how many times I've had conversations with people, you know, over the years, and they say, yeah, I saw your video about whatever, but then I was up to like 3 a.m. watching all your other videos. You know, maybe it was about a particular opportunity at the time, or a tool or resource or whatever, a training series that I've done, whatever. Bro, I feel like I know you. I watched all your videos. I feel like I know you. Make sense? So a lot of times sharing your content will lead them into other content that you have. Okay. How many times have you done that? You watch the video on YouTube and you're like, oh, that's pretty good. You kind of connected with that individual, right? And then you went to their channel and you saw all their other videos and you're watching all their other videos. And you're like, I like this. And you subscribe to their channel because you're getting so much value from it. But it all started because maybe they sent you an email, or maybe they sent you a direct message about one video, right? So because of that one interaction, led to a person that subscribed to you, led to where they watched 15 of your other videos, led to now you've got a follower for life. And anything that you promote or share, they're going to at least want to know what it is. Not saying that they may join or buy, because we have people that are connected with us, that anything that we do, anything that we promote or share, they buy it. And it's because of the value that we've given them. And in return, they're like, hey, I know Steve and Lanacia. That's my wife, for those that don't know. I know Steve and Lanacia. I know what they're about. I know the stuff that they make. Hey, whatever they're doing, I'm in. Okay? So it can always start there. But good question. I love the question. This is good, guys. Let me see. Minnie on cam, you're moving light in the background. What brand is that? Oh, interesting question. Let me I'll put it in the chat here. It'd probably be easier for me to. I haven't done a video about that lights in the background yet, but it's coming. I'll be sure to share that with everybody here. Here, let me put this in the hold on one second. And I'll talk about that. These are just things, and I'm going to be doing some training on some of the different things I have in my office and everything. So just kind of stay tuned for that. I just felt like giving some value today. It's Friday. It's a beautiful day out here in Vegas today. I'm going to go out here in a little bit, and I got a couple errands to run here a little bit later on. Okay, let me do this here really quick. Give me a second. I'm almost there. My computer's just running a little slow because I'm broadcasting and all that stuff. Okay, let me go to can I reply here? Yep, I can. I just put in the comments, if you go, what's in the background, it's a product called Govee Curtain Lights. I just put a link. It's an affiliate link for Amazon. So if you're something that you want to purchase, I got it from Amazon. You can go there and I'll just get like a little kickback just for referring you to it. And I'll show you guys how you can do a lot of this Amazon promotion stuff as well. But I love it. Y'all want to see something cool? Check this out. This is a good segue just to change it up a little bit. Watch this. Say, Minnie, watch this. So not only does it have that feature, that's like a voice like activated feature that it has. But if I go to here, let me do this. If I go, I can even change. Let's change one of them. See, I just changed one on this side. See how I changed it? So that now that one's activated. There's all kinds of stuff you can do, with it. I don't want to take all the time doing each different panel. That's actually 3 individual boxes. Cause it's like, when you get the Govee curtain light, it comes in a little small box. Matter of fact, it looks like this. I'll just show you. Yeah, I can show you better than I can tell you here. So if you look here, it does a lot. Let's see here. Is that the right one? Hold on, make sure I sent the right one. Hold on 1 second. I don't think that's the right one. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So it comes in a box, looks like this here, and then you can change it and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. And I got 3 of these, and when I got those 3, I was able to cover my whole wall back here. It just kind of gives it a little different dynamic. That's really all that is. So I just wanted to kind of share that. That's kind of off the cuff, last minute. And I've got like a link. I don't have it here, but I'm going to be actually doing a review about that. I've only had this for about, I want to say, when did I get these lights? About 2 weeks ago, actually. Yeah, I guess it's been about 2 weeks. It's maybe 2.5 weeks. So it does a lot of cool stuff. It just creates an interesting backdrop, for your videos. Thanks for noticing. I'm sure a lot of people will notice. I just haven't done the review video for it yet. So that's coming. So stay tuned. That will be coming. Let me see. Minnie has another question. Yes, it's while seeing sales come in and you have never spoke to a person. Yes. In the beginning, it was very, it was crazy. It was a crazy feeling, guys. That was over a decade ago now, and it happens all the time now. But in the beginning, that was amazing. It was truly an amazing feeling to do something that's working for you while you're asleep. I wouldn't have been able to do that without videos. That would not have happened if I was just doing the same old kind of marketing stuff that I was doing before. That never was working. Okay. This was 2012 to be exact. So summer of 2012, actually. But prior to that, I was learning from some other mentors of mine on how to really market effectively online, even way back then. Really a lot of the same principles, what they call attraction marketing, and it was all because I decided to turn the camera on to me. I was skeptical. Real talk. I was skeptical. I was always, growing up, I was always the quiet guy. Like, I had my friends or whatever. I was always the quiet, always. Always. I was an introvert, you can't tell now, but I had to break through it. And I just kind of I was one of those people that wanted to be behind the scenes. Can I just make money and just be behind the scenes? I don't want to be all in the videos, all in the I didn't want to do that. I thought that's what people wanted to do. I found out I don't think nobody really starts off wanting to do that. They may now because they've seen the evidence of what it brings to people. But back then, I didn't want to do it. I was forced to do it. Let me clarify. I had some things going on, just so you know. My mom had suffered a stroke November 2011. Paralyzed her left side. She's still mom. She just still paralyzed on the left side of her body. She can't move her arm, her legs, stuff like that. So, and my mother was always, some of you have already heard the story, but she was the type of person that took care of everybody in the family. Okay. And if you need money, if you need this, food, whatever, in an instant, it changed. So, she's not mom in the sense of the word as she's always been. Now it's like we had to come into their role. We still had, me and my wife, Lanacy, we still had kids, all like they're all grown up now, but they were still kids living in the house. So now I got to help my mom. She came in and stayed with us. You know, obviously she lost her job eventually, lost her car. Man, that was a freaking tough time, guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Now just dealing with a parent or relative that's disabled now and trying to figure out how all that world works and just all that stuff going into 2012. I took off from my job for like a couple of months. I think it was about a couple months. Had to take FMLA. This is real talk, guys. Now, prior to all that happening, I'd done like network marketing and all these other different type of things. Never really made any major money in anything, you know, just like everybody, the typical. Most time never made any money, but just believed in the concept of it all. That was my knowledge during that time. But I came across a resource called MyLead System Pro. Back then, it's something totally different now, but they kind of introduced some of these concepts that I'm sharing with you today. And I was like, wow, okay. So that was, that happened with my mom in November. So December, January, February, I'm just kind of watching some of these training videos and everything. And then it was just tough. It was just a lot going on. Financially, it was a lot going on because we had to help take care of my mom. And plus we had bills and the kids had things that they needed to do and just all this stuff. Some of y'all can relate. Some of y'all been through this before. So when I was learning these tools and these methods and these strategies, I didn't want to do them because remember, I'm the guy that wants to be behind the scene. I just want to be the puppeteer. But being the puppeteer wasn't paying no bills. It wasn't doing nothing. Okay? So when I said, okay, well, I see what you guys are doing. It makes sense. Well, I got to do something because I got to start making some more money like yesterday. I got to. That was the reason I started. Hey, guys, that's why I started making videos. For some, their backs just got to get against the wall before they change. That was me. My back had to get against the wall and I had to come out swinging. And making content was the result of that. And then once I saw that it worked, I'm like, well, I just made what? And then the next day again, what? And then it just multiplied. Then multiple sales. Then $1,000 days before I even got out of the freaking bed. All because everybody's watching these videos for this opportunity that I'm making videos for. And that's why I always tell people, hey, I understand. I get it. I've been there. I get it. Don't want to be on camera. Don't want to I get it. Don't feel like you can be creative. Don't feel like you can really take advantage. I get it. I understand. Been there. I bought the t-shirt. I know exactly how you feel. But for some, maybe your back got to get against the wall. It has to be against the wall before you to really come out swinging and doing some different things. So, Manny, you said it best. It does feel good. It does feel good to make money from some work that you did maybe weeks ago, months ago, sometimes years ago. All because of videos, because the people keep watching videos. It's everlasting, right? We still get leads and sales from products and some opportunities that I'm not even promoting anymore. I may be active, but I'm not like promoting anymore because I've already made like certain videos for that particular niche, whatever they may be. And there are still people around the globe that are still searching for information related to that niche on YouTube. And some of them see my video. I'm like, hey, I like what he's talking about there. I think I'm gonna buy it from him, and they buy it. And then some, I'm sure some see my video. I don't want to buy from that dude. It's everybody's going to find whoever they find. Make sense? You know what I'm talking about. You see videos of other people doing some of the same thing in a particular niche, but you only choose to buy from whoever that person was, because something about that person related to you, right? That's really what it's all about. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Damon reflects. I want to start with e-economy. Did you recommend me? Honestly, I appreciate your work. I mean, anything that I promote or have shared, I've done a lot of different MLM type of businesses over the years, affiliate marketing businesses over the years. Um, they're all great companies. Um, there are, some have come and gone. Some are still here. Some will be here forever. So if I made some content, and you can see some of the latest content as well, I think, that company, I think pretty much any business that we promote, I think is great. I'm not necessarily a trader myself. That's really not my shtick, if you will. Um, I've kind of chosen, especially coming into 2024, I said my lane for 2024, this is me. I'm not talking about you or anybody else watching. For me, since I've done it all, and it's all great, but we chose in 2024 to focus on tools, resources, training. Training, tools, and resources for people that are striving to become an online entrepreneur. That's our focus. That's our focus going forward. 2024, 25, 26, never say never. Who knows, it might be something I might want to connect with or reconnect with in the future. But for now, I'm just leaning into what I like to do. I like to teach, I like to train, and I like to share tools, resources about video marketing and things of that nature, that's related to our passion. That's our passion. And so am I actively promoting any network marketing businesses at the moment? Nope, not at the moment. Are there some that I've done that are still active, that I still think are great? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. If I'm not promoting it publicly or whatever, Steve, you haven't made a video for this one in a while. What's up? Is it still working? Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's just we've chosen, coming out of 2023, said, hey, our focus for 24, we're just going to kind of go back to some of our roots and really how we really built our brand. And really, we really built our brand mostly through training, tools, and resources. Even in the beginning, when I first started getting leads from videos, even though I was promoting a company, we built an audience from that because they were like, hey, you're teaching a lot about how to really win online. So a lot of my content for years were mostly around training, like how to get leads with this, how to build a business, how to whatever. And so that's what we kind of leaned into now. So all those companies, anything that you see on my channel, a lot of them are great. Some are still in existence, some aren't. But all of them are great. So if that's a particular niche that you're excited, I think with e-economy, it's about Forex trading and stuff like that, and AI trading and all that stuff. Great. It's all great. I hear nothing but good stuff about it, even now. And I know the owner personally. So great stuff. And again, but that kind of goes as prime example right there, guys. Someone just hit me up. Hey, I'm thinking about joining this business. I'm not even promoting that business, but I still get people joining different businesses, all because of content that they're seeing, because there's still people searching for those deals. Make sense? And then people join, I plug them into like whatever the group or whatever that, I'm not. And a lot of times if I have a conversation, I let them know I'm not actively building or really a part of this, community right now, but I'm active and you can join it. But if you need that more one-on-one, whatever type of what have you, definitely I encourage you to connect with someone else. Make sense? But if you're like, hey, I'll do it with you, because my thing is, no matter what opportunity or what niche you guys do now or in the future, you still got to have the right skills. Without the skills, no matter what you do, you can join anything. You can be a part of anything. But if you don't learn the skills of marketing, you're gonna go from company to company to company to company and get no results from those companies. We've joined multiple businesses, but we made a lot of money in a lot of them businesses. Some 6 and 7 figures in those businesses. Make sense? But for most people, it's typically, well, I do this business for a while, things don't work out, all because of the type of activity that they're doing. There's still development that people got to go through. How to make any money. How can you not make money in anything in 2024? How? It's literally, it's by choice. It's by design. This is just my opinion. It's by design. And I can say that because I've been there before. I wasn't handed anything. It was all hustle. No luck. I didn't luck up. I wasn't lucky at all. It's all a decision. You got to make content. You got to be consistent with it. You got to be open to learn and connect with the right communities that's sharing with you how to win. That's the focus. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Let me see. Here's another one. How long have we been on here? I'll be wrapping it up here in a few. Video Share says, are you using StreamYard for this live? Love how you put the question on the screen. StreamYard does this feature as well. I'm using Ecamm. That's typically my go-to. I've been using it since like 2016. But StreamYard, yes, does this as well. So you can use StreamYard. They have where you can comments come, you can post the comments on the screen and all that stuff as well. I'm not for sure. Quick update. Facebook made a change about a month ago. This is only for Facebook so far. I don't anticipate YouTube doing anything like this, but Facebook made a change where, like what I'm doing right now with the Ecamm, where I'm putting the comment on the screen for everybody to see. It's because it's on YouTube. On Facebook, they eliminated the API connection for third-party apps. Meaning, let me kind of put that in layman's terms. So if you're using StreamYard, Zoom, Ecamm, Restream, any of these third-party apps that people use to go live in different platforms, those platforms have now been disabled. There's still a workaround where you can still go live in a group, kind of like what I'm doing now. I'm also going live in one of my Facebook groups. But because the API, third-party API apps have all been disabled, I can't put the comment from Facebook comments on the screen anymore, which is a bummer. So you can't do it. You can only do it with YouTube or other platforms. Can't do it with Facebook. So good. Yeah, StreamYard does do this a lot. StreamYard, Ecamm, pretty much very similar. StreamYard is all virtual. It's all online, meaning you don't have to download anything to your computer to do all these cool things with StreamYard. It's about $25, $29 a month or something like that. Ecamm is about the same, maybe a little bit less. I can't remember. I've had it so long, I'm grandfathered into one of the older plans. I can't remember, but it's pretty. They both give you free trials anyway, as well. And I'll be sure to put some of these links after this live. I'll be sure to put some of these different resources in the comment section, so you guys can actually check it out in a more detail. But good stuff. But yeah, StreamYard is definitely one of my. Those are pretty much the only two when it comes to like broadcasting, like on YouTube. If I needed like an app, if I need to like change screens, like like this, and do some pretty cool stuff, like like what I'm doing here. StreamYard and Ecamm are typically the only ones that I've used to do that with. There's others. I've played around with a few other ones, just like testing, but I haven't. But StreamYard and Ecamm are the ones that I've actually used at length. So those are really the only two that I really recommend. And again, StreamYard works for Mac and Windows. Okay, Mac and Windows for StreamYard. Ecamm is only for Mac. So if you have a Mac computer, I recommend Ecamm for sure. Because if you have a Mac computer, you can use either or. Because StreamYard can go either platform, but it's just a seamless flow on a Mac with the in my opinion. Okay, but if you want, hey, I've used StreamYard, use StreamYard. It still works. Okay, not saying one's better than the other, just my opinion. Minnie says, yes, I live with disability. It's rough. I have to double the work, so online business helps ease the pressure of a traditional job. Thanks for sharing, Minnie. I know it can be. I know it's challenging. It can be challenging, and when I bring that up, some of you that I've been working with for years heard me say the story, but it was because of that situation with my mom that really made me hunker down and say, hey, me and my wife had numerous conversations. We were like, I don't know what we're going to do. We always doing this network marketing stuff. We got to figure, I was looking for another network marketing deal and business to join or whatever. And I found the right methods and strategies because I was like, man, I'm tired of joining businesses because it seemed like nothing really works like it should, and so I started asking the right questions of how do you generate leads and sales online? How do you do it? And it was staring me in the face for years because I had bought numerous products and opportunities over the years. And when I literally thought back on it, I'm like, well, why did I join that business, that online business? Sometimes it was like friends, that kind of we were living in Dallas at the time. I had a friend of mine, he was always doing stuff as well. And, but there were certain things that I bought, certain things that I joined on the internet. And when I really thought of it, I'm like, why did I join that business? I'm like, you know what? Because that guy had a video on YouTube. That's why I joined that business. And why did I join this business? I had to think about it. I'm like, because somehow I was on his list and I looked at a video and I saw the video. The video was linked on YouTube and I watched that video. Then I watched another one of the videos. That's the reason why I joined. It hit me. I'm like, you mean to tell me? Because there were numerous times over the years, especially raising kids and family and all that, where those certain circumstances that come up where you really need some cash flow to help out with something or whatever, a vacation, a graduation, whatever it may be. And you're like, man, if I could have used an extra $500, an extra $1,000. So when I started getting these leads and sales coming in like crazy because of our decision to start making video content, putting it on YouTube. At that time, it's really just YouTube. Now we got all these different platforms, so it's even better. But when I started doing that, it was like bittersweet. It was great and it was exciting. I was getting all these sales, but I was like, man, I could have been doing this like 2 years ago. There were so many examples, so many different things where we could have just used more money. And all I had to do, we were a part of businesses, but we weren't getting any results because we was doing everything all traditional or whatever. I could have just been making videos for it. Oh my God. This is a side note. I was in Dallas area, a little area called Frisco, Texas. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Well, 2005, I believe, 5 or 6, I can't remember now, so long ago. I started working for a call center, a T-Mobile call center in Frisco, Texas. It was a brand new one. T-Mobile just built it. Brand new call center in North Texas. In Frisco, Texas, is where we lived. So I applied, got the job, and I was on the phones. And I made an impact with some of the people there, and they were like, hey, you need to get into training. The training department, they needed new people and this, that. Long story short, I wound up becoming a corporate trainer for T-Mobile. I was only on the phones for like maybe a little short of 3 months. And then I was in the training department the whole time. And this was a tech call center, meaning if you had a problem with your T-Mobile service or your phone is flipping out and you can't figure out, this is really even before iPhone and everything. But of course, iPhones came out in 2007, so I was there for all the way up until 2012. So long story short, I had access being at a tech care call center. We trained new people that would come in, new hires, and we would train them for 2 months. 1 month in the classroom, second month on the phones. Okay, being in the training department, we had an area inside the building where it housed all the latest phones. Because remember, they're tech reps. They need to know how the phones for all these different models that T-Mobile carried, they need to know how they work. Our department was responsible for training these individuals. So, looking back, one of my biggest misses, I still could do it, but man, it was a perfect timing. Me having access to all these latest phones. And matter of fact, T-Mobile was the first carrier. I don't know if you knew this or not. It was the very first carrier in the United States to carry the very first Android phone called the T-Mobile G1. Some of y'all probably bringing some of y'all way back, but T-Mobile was the only company, the only carrier for at least a couple years that carried the only Android devices. Remember back in the day, iPhone was only on AT&T. Okay, so we didn't have iPhones, but we had all the latest Android phones, all the latest Nokia, all the latest Samsung, all the latest whatever, right? If I had been making videos back then, I could have been one of the top tech YouTubers because I had access to all the phones. I didn't have iPhone, but I had everything else. I could have been making videos about all these different phones, right? Could have been like another Marquise Brownlee, big YouTuber, probably the biggest tech YouTuber. You've seen him, the black guy, reviews all the tech phones, cars, computers, tablets, all that stuff. You've seen him on YouTube, right? So that was a miss. If I could go back in time for that long period of time, I had access to, because I never paid for phones when I was working for them. Why? Because I just got a phone out of the phone shed. And all the trainers did it anyway. We never really paid for phones, even though we got a really good deal on phones and the service. Obviously, we paid for the service, but phones, I'm like, no, we just go in there and get. Because maybe we had, for example, I'm sure they have it now. Maybe we got here's an iPhone. I still got my Samsung Galaxy as well. But maybe there's 25 of these, right? And we don't need all 25 for training. I'll just take one and I'll put my SIM card in it. Boom, I'm good to go. It's still T-Mobile's property, but we would use it. Plus two, as the trainers, we needed to know how the phones operated because it allowed us to be more trainers. That's why the company allowed us as corporate trainers to do it. But I say all that to say this. You can become an expert with things around you. One of the things that we're doing right now, one of me and my wife's passion is movies. Let me see here. Put a pin in that. Minnie says, my first YouTube vlog is from 2008. I just didn't take it serious back then. We've all been there, Minnie. We've all been there. We've been working on, and speaking of that, and even if you did some vlogs back then, you can recommit. You can rededicate yourself to, hey, I'm going to start again. Right. And I'm sure you have a story. Obviously, you shared a little bit of your story today. And I'm sure you have a vault of stories, just things that you've overcame, things that you've learned, successes, failures, all that. The more authentic and the more you can share, the bigger your audience will grow. It's a simple concept, guys. YouTube now is more on niche. It's more niche related. We've got some things that me and my wife are working on. Stay tuned. We actually have a blog called Beyond the Stream, which is we've got some other stuff that we're gonna be doing. So stay tuned. It's gonna be pretty cool because we do a lot of reviews. Matter of fact, let me share it with you guys really quick here. Some of you've already seen this. So if you're on, I'm putting this on YouTube. I don't think I could. I'll do it in the group a little bit later. So when you get a chance to, not right now, but you can click on this link, and that'll take you to our blog, right? And we do one thing about us is that we're like super. Hold on. Trying to do this online here. Okay, there we go. I'll show you. Like one of our passions, me and my wife, we are very, 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 very big moviegoers. We watch everything, pretty much. And we love talking about movies. Like if I go here, we're changing this format. That's why I haven't made any lately. But these are some reviews that I've made. If you go to beyondthestream.net, Beyond the Stream, we talk a little bit more than just, we go beyond the stream, right? Talk about movies in the theater as well. We talk about movies that are online. But we kind of put a pin in it because we had to change up we got a new idea that we're going to be sharing, more of a podcast style. So these are some of the different reviews that I've done recently, like the Ghostbusters movie, the Godzilla, Roadhouse, that streamed on Prime, Three Body Problem. Good movie, by the way. If you're a sci-fi buff, I'm a big sci-fi fan. It's my favorite genre. I like all genres, but I'm a big sci-fi. If there's a really good sci-fi movie or show, we're all in. My wife's the same way. And a scary movie here. This is actually on I think it's on AMC Plus now. Late Night with the Devil. I think that's online now. Three Body Problems on Netflix. Immaculate. I think it's online as well. Monkey Man. I think I had a few more. The First Omen, and then Parasite. I didn't do the video. My wife did the blog on that one. She just did an article on it. But I'm saying all this to say that this is a niche that we've always been wanting to create, like a movie related type of niche. So I've got a YouTube channel that I'm going to be building. We got some podcasts, and this is more of a passion project. And there's ways to monetize this as well. We'll be able to make money from our passion. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And again, when it comes to making content, it's all about, it's not always serious. You can have fun too, right? And we like having fun, and it works. So just wanted to share that. But again, yeah, Minnie, just recommit. Just recommit. You can do it. You've done it before. So of course there's and technology is way easier. I'm like, I wasn't even doing anything in 2008. Not like online. I didn't really start like doing like online stuff like that until like really real online marketing. I done 2008. I did some spamming. I don't know if you really call that marketing, but I spammed some people, but nothing came from it. So you're doing way more than what I was doing. Not until I got around the right people till I was able to correct some behaviors, right? And that can really generate, some results. But kudos to you. Of course, it's way easier now to vlog with the technology. And 2000, oh my God, 2008, I had a camera. Matter of fact, I had this camera. 2008, this was the camera I had. Matter of fact, this is something I bought. It's like a wide angle lens. So when I first started making videos, guys, I was using this big old thing here, 2012. I had this for like 4 years before I even started making videos on YouTube, but I used it because it was what I had. And a lot of phones back in 2011, 12, a lot of them weren't like standard HD or whatever. Most of them were, but some of them still weren't. I was in the industry, so I kind of remember all that cell phone industry. But this phone this camera was so old, it took tape, right? So I had to like shoot my video, right? Hey, what's up, everybody? And then I would have to plug it up to my computer and then hit play, or I can't remember how I used to do it, but you had to take the little cord, plug it up to your computer, and then you had to hit play or something, and then it would feed the frames to your computer. It would digitize it and then put it in a folder. And then I would edit it. It was like, oh my God, it was a process. But I didn't even think nothing about it because that's how it was done, right? And that's why I always tell people, hey, just start wherever you're at. If all you got is a phone, just start there. A lot of phones. Matter of fact, my iPhone right here, like real. This is real. This is truth. This phone right here. Matter of fact, not even this old Android phone that I still use. This is my second phone. This is actually the last Note. Actually, I think this phone here. I'll just start with this one because this one's like 28 from 2018. Is the cameras on this phone way more powerful than this big old thing? Funny. But it's all I had. And this is like a wide angle lens that comes off. I bought like on eBay or something. I don't even think it was Amazon then. But but this is how it was HV30. That's a Canon HV30. That's what it's called. Looks like that. I don't know if I can focus. Okay, just your typical camcorder. Then I bought like a little wide angle lens so it can bring more into the frame. Interesting stuff. Good stuff. Trip down memory lane. I love it. I love it. Right? So he says, yes, I started on the Sony H Handycam. Wow. with this mini VHS tapes. I still got, hey, Minnie, you still got your tapes? I still got mine. They're like in storage, in a box, and I got like a whole bunch of them. Cause remember in the beginning, I made most of my videos just using that camera in the beginning. And so I still got like a box full of just these little small little mini DV tapes, I think is what they called them. I can't remember the technical term of it. But I used to buy these little mini, I don't even think they sell them anymore. Going into that was 2012, going into 2013, it was starting to get really hard to find those kind of tapes. So in 2013, I bought my first DSLR camera. I saw people making videos with the blurred background. I'm like, how are they doing that? This is 2013. How are they doing that? How are they making their videos and the background looks blurred? How are they doing that? And I was like, oh, they're using a DSLR. What's a DSLR camera? And I'll do some videos and showing you guys some of that stuff. Let me see. Minnie says, I got the camera in storage. No tapes. It's a relic now. Yeah. I think this still works. Like if I charged this up, I think it started to act a little weird over time, but I think if I charged it up, I think it would still play. But I haven't charged this thing up in, oh my God, 10 years at least. And I always keep it up as a reminder. I keep it on my shelf right there. I keep it up as a reminder of where I began. This is where it all started right here. It's where it all started. We probably made our first 6 figures marketing online with this camera. Real talk. That's so funny. So fun. So funny. Right? But humble beginnings, but you can do it, guys. And again, so some of the tools, and I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. We've been on long enough. I just like hanging out with you guys, man. So some of the tools I use, of course, I use my phone. Right? I use my phone, right? And I got a I'll share this little tool here. Matter of fact, I'll put the link in the description as well. I got a couple tools I'll share with you guys. This little thing right here. I've done a video about this actually. Matter of fact, let me put that link in the description. I'm gonna show you what this does. Let me get the link. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna find that link really quick here to that video, because you need to see the video, and that video's pretty cool with how this little feature works. This works if you have a iPhone, pretty much a later, a newer iPhone or Android actually. Let me find it, and you'll see what I mean here. I'm actually going to be using it today, I think. Where is it at? Where is it at? Here it is. Here it is. Let me copy this. Okay. When you get a chance, you can check that out. I just put it in the comments. It's here. It's called a Snap Grip. It's a pretty cool little feature. I'll kind of put it in if we can focus up here. Looks like this, and it just fits right on it just snaps right onto your phone. It's a magnet. Of course, your iPhone has a magnet, right? Most phones have a magnet now, and it fits. And now it looks kind of like a camera, so it makes it really, really easy. And you can, and it connects through Bluetooth. And so if I click it, it'll start taking pictures. And if I press and hold, it'll start taking videos. And it just feels comfortable. So like if I'm out and I am going to shoot B-roll footage or something with my like I got to go out, I'm probably going to use it. But a lot of times I used to always hate holding my camera like this and all that kind of stuff, right? I would get tired of doing that. And so I came across it one day and I said, oh man, that's perfect, because it feels like a camera, right? It feels like a camera, like one of my Sony cameras here. See that? See the little indentation there? So it makes it's comfortable in your hand, right? See how that goes? So now my phone can be the same. And it's a strong magnet. I mean, you literally have to yank this off for it to fall. So if you're just of course you're just holding it, so it's not going to come off. It's a pretty strong magnet actually. So I love it. I love it here. Check out that video. I put it in the comments. You can check it out. It's pretty cool. It's called the Snap Grip. They got different versions. This is just one of the basic versions here. I didn't need the other one. It has a lot of stuff, but I love it because it's really, really, and this also works as a charger. So when this is charged, you plug it up to your iPhone or your Android, and it'll charge your phone up while it's connected as well. So if you need like an extra battery, so obviously it's like a kind of like a charger or whatever. So when I'm out, it lasts forever. It'll last forever. So it's pretty cool. So I use that. Check out that link, and I'll be sure at the end of the deal when we go live, I'll try to drop some of these different tools. But of course, when making your videos and stuff like that, kick it off with just start with your phone. You don't need hey, I've been sharing a lot of crazy stuff, but you don't need any of that. Just use what you have. Remember, I didn't buy anything because I had this camcorder like 4 years before, birthdays, family stuff, whatever. I just kind of bought it. People just have, you got family, you got kids, you got to record stuff, right? So that's the only reason I had it. So when I said, okay, I need to start making videos, okay, instead of always doing this, right? Doing this didn't make me no money. But when I did this, it changed the game. When I turned the camera around at me, we never look back. Okay? All right, so you just start where you're at. So, hey, this has been fun, guys. We've been on for almost 2 hours. So I'm gonna wrap it up, let you guys get back to your Friday. I gotta run. It's like 1 o'clock here in the afternoon here in Las Vegas. Beautiful day today. What's the temperature today? What's the temperature? What's the temperature today here in Vegas? Is it hot? What's the temperature where you guys are at? Matter of fact, comment where you guys from? Where you guys from? I want to know. Let me check my Facebook. I think I closed out my Facebook. I think I have to keep up my Facebook on my tablet over here when I go live, so I don't lose the comments from people on Facebook. But where you from? I want to know where you guys are from, real quick. What's the temperature today? Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. 25 Celsius. Toronto. It's hot. Okay. Canada is in the house. Hot. It's right now here in Vegas is 85. 87. 87 today. So it's nice. Okay, Minnie says 77. That's nice. That's a nice day. It's a nice spring feeling day. All right. So was this helpful, guys? I'm gonna be doing more going into, closing out this month. Definitely for June. We got some big things happening in starting off in June with our platform internet income system. And if you're looking for ways, quick little shameless plug here, if you're looking for ways on how to be more effective marketing online, I encourage you to plug in with this. You can't join or buy anything right now. We're getting ready to kick off a new version that's going to be kicking off probably around the first, probably a little bit. Well, they're saying next week sometime, but I would just say by the 1st of June, that the new version is going to be kicking off, and it's going to be pretty exciting. So if you are a marketer, or if you are a aspiring internet marketer, this is a community that you definitely want to be a part of in terms of tools, resources, insight. Can definitely help you to really do some big things. And you'll see the link. Matter of fact, I actually have that link in the description right now. Go there. It'll take you to the page. You can see some of the information. But remember, there's a new version coming out. I haven't updated that page with the new version yet. I already have it made, but I haven't flipped the switch yet because things aren't live. So literally everything that you see on that page, even including the price, is wrong. All right. So it's way, 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 way more affordable. Way more. It's pretty interesting. So check that out. If you get a chance. Really, the main thing is just to opt in. So even if you just opt in and don't go to the page, you can just close it out because all that's getting ready to change anyway. So there's really no need to even look at any of that information because all that information is wrong. That's how big this new update is. And but at least you'll be on my list, because when things are getting ready to go live, I always let my list know first. So it's kind of like a little perk. You kind of get things before everybody else gets access to it. And I'm one of the top people on the leaderboard as well. And I've been working with the CEO. And so I'll let you guys know when things go live before it goes live, so you can really get things set up. So, but with that said, guys, I'm going to go out. I got to run a few errands really quick. And then I think me and Lanace will probably go get something to eat. And I think we're going to run over a friend's house here a little bit later. Then get ready for the Dallas Mavericks tonight. Hey, I got to root for the Mavs, guys. I'm sorry. I'm originally from Dallas, Texas. So my Mavericks are in the Western Conference Finals. Game 2. They won game 1. Game 2 is kicking off tonight, later today. I think about 5:30 Pacific time. So can't wait for that. It's going to be exciting. Sorry, guys. I got to root for my Mavs, right? So it's going to be exciting. It should be a pretty interesting series. I think the finals are going to be pretty nice this year as well. So, hey, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. If you have any other questions or anything, just drop them in the comment section, and I'll be sure to get back to you guys. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me for 2 hours, and I got more coming. We'll talk to you later, guys. Peace out.